Start soon. Thanks. Bye. Good morning, afternoon, and everything else in between. Hello. Thought I'd do something a little bit different today because, just thought I'd do. So, good afternoon, everybody. I've got my little PDF in the group if you want it, and I've attached the file. There's an image in this of this if you'd care to join me. It's just something a little bit fun. Really, I never do stuff like this. So I just thought it'd be really nice if you want to do it, kids. So you've got a teddy bear, out template, an Uncle Bird template. I will be doing other things in between, but I just thought if you're going to do something like this or a babushka or something, it'd be nice to, it'd be nice to actually just do something a bit chilling at the moment. I don't need to sort of be deadly serious every single time. So yeah, I just thought it'd be quite nice. And I'll tell you what else I've got. I've got my bronzer nail out today because they were first on the pile. I've got my black pens just to do a little bit of drawing with. I've got a pencil, and that's it. Really, I've got very little today. I might go through drawing one with you just to help you out. But the basic template is in Junk Journals. If you're not in that group, then I've copied the template into several other places. So hopefully at some point you'll be able to find it and use it. So I'm just going over this now. It's a bit dodgy, those lines there. I'm forever doing this. I do lots of lines, and then when I come to draw them out, I never know which line to follow. So basically, this is your basic teddy bear template, and this is your bird. It's a very simple bird with a love heart for a tail. So, the love heart would do something like that. Get me? Or maybe a big one. Well, that looks a bit iffy, that, doesn't it? So, yeah, the reason I've done that is I weren't thinking when I drew them out. I just thought, right, and I stuck that bit there. But it's like Christmas, anything like that. If you're into Christmas, you can do like nice little play settings for Christmas. Teddy bears are great for kids' cards, or I don't know, babies, whatever. But they're also quite fun to do because it takes us back a little bit. There's nothing like a good old teddy bear. I mean, I never had a teddy bear, I don't think. No, I weren't affectionate like that. Well, if I did, I know what I did. I used to cut all my doll's hair. So, I never used it as a doll per se. I used it as don't. Where has that pencil gone? Can't be doing with it. I feel wronged. I've got a pencil missing. Feel wronged. Right. Okay. So there's the template. I'm going to quickly draw one. It won't take, hopefully, not too long. So the first thing I'm going to do is an oval, two things on the head, and then he sort of looks like he's got a bit of an attitude, this one. So it's like a bullet. It's not sort of that shape. I'm not using this one, but that's how you can basically use a template and just make it larger. You can look at what you're doing and draw it larger. So I'm going to work on this one. So if you want to make a couple of them, use one as a trace, and then from there you can do your own sort of colouring and whatnots on them. Now it's going to be quite simple, this. I'm just going to be sort of giving him like a Christmas jumper, and well, not Christmas jumper, but like pants and stuff, and a little face. So let's go with the face. So I'm just going to see if I can get this right. That's way too far away. Right, now I know I need to bring that up. So the eyes, I'm not going to bother about them, just placing them where I think they should be. That looks more like a bottom, but don't worry, because this is all right. Looks awful. I'll get hold of him in a minute. Right, so the first thing, let's put some clothes on. This is going to be fun, this. So I'm going to put on a jumper, pair of pants, got to show his belly button in there. So here, like that. So we've got his clothes on. Hi guys, hi Kim, hi Tracy, hi Dawn. I'm just laughing at that because I'm pretty certain. What's all this? It's me. I'm playing today. I'm not worrying about anything. But his face, I think I'm going to have to really do something about his face, because that was like he'd been hit by a bus. But never mind. These things are sent to I don't like that. It looks like he's got no face. That's better. Right, so it looks really dodgy now, doesn't it? And it should do, because it is pretty dodgy. So the first thing I'm going to do, we need a pair of shoes and socks. This is great for Christmas, especially for kids, because they can do their own moving ones. If you do that, you've got a frog. Can you see? Rabbit, rabbit. We're not getting many views this morning, are we? Look at that. They've turned on and off. Like, what the hell's she doing? I don't care. Can't please everybody all the time, can you? So here I'm going to go straight in, and I'm just going to put in his jumper. Oh, excuse me. My IBS is having a right old gurgle today. So we've got our basic shirt in. So I'm just going to put in his sleeves, and I'm using a 0.2. Just going to put that there, that there. So his pants, trousers, whatever you like to call them. He's going to have a pair, I think he might have a pair of sliders on, you know. I might change it. I might put him a pair of sliders on. Put his sort of mitten paw things on. So, I might make these a bit bigger because that's a bit better. Still look like a frog. I love it. I love it. I always like it when things like that. So here, let's start with some patterning. So we're going to put the rib on his little bits and bobs. So I'll put a bit of rib there. It might be on his socks, that, but here. So what we're going to do is stars. Quite simple. It is. I'll put it out. Actually, you've gone out of Zoom for some bloody reason. Excuse my language. So you put little dots. There we go. So and it's in a square like that. It's like that. Okay. So I'm looking at let's do his trousers. Okay, so like that. So we've done some lines like this, and what I'm going to do is it's just going to be 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. And then on the top, so wherever one goes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's called a basket weave, okay? I'm going to do it in here. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Knitted pants on. And you can make this up as you go along now to fit, just as long as you know the general rule of it being a knitted pants. Knitted pants. I've been working recently because I've got a show on Monday, and it's one of my favourite things to do, and that is teach about paint. So I'm incredibly looking forward to it. So I'll be looking at some paints called Sennelier, and they're, I've brought them before, but they're absolutely crazily good, and they've got some extras with them which I can't believe. I've been looking for these. That's wrong. Why is that like that? If anyone gets that close to see that one, then they're too close. Unfit. Yeah, the paints, and there's tubes, and some of you may have bought tubes. Now, if you get serious about watercolour, tubes are the answer. One, you get more, and two, to me, they make sense. But if you've got, like me, an issue that you can't get a palette with all that you need in it, then the answer is to buy a palette empty. And luckily enough, I was talking to the lovely people at Global who supply Golden, and I mentioned it, and I says, I need empty palettes, because basically I want to make my own palettes. What we do, and Magella does them. It's a Korean company. I was like, really? I've seen some of them, but they're just not what I want. Anyway, I've not seen it before, so I did a bit of research. And some companies are hard to research because, whilst big in their own countries, they're not always that huge here. So you need to know what you're talking about. So I know the basics of structures and stuff, but I needed to know. So it's a Korean company, and they're really interested in sort of creating wonderful paints, watercolor paints, but with all the extras that you need to go with them, like empty palettes and dry, keep your paint active, keep your paint sort of like acrylics go off really easy. And you can use the acrylic stuff with one of these. I'll be doing the thingy on Monday though. Oh, there it is. Not lost one. I'll be doing the watercolors, but the paints they've got different sorts of palette. There's a water, but as well, which is just it's made brilliantly. Really, it's made brilliantly. It's so crazy that a water pot could be good, but it is. And I just thought, oh my goodness, these people know what they're doing. Really know what they're doing. So I was so chuffed. And the water palette's got a palette bucket thing. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got like 4 compartment thingies. Jiggy thingies. I'm looking for a pencil sharpener. Just bear with me. Bear with me. I've got one. I've got my Oofa on it. Oofa. Yeah, so it's also got 2 clean up things. So you go rinse, clean, rinse. Makes sense. Like I tell you to do. Clean, rinse. And then it's got something that you take the excess water off with. Then I've got some masking fluid that I've been using, and it's absolutely brilliant. I love it. And then what else have I got? Oh, just put that all over the floor. Just put the water thing. No, I've just put all the bits in me bloody drink. Yeah, I did. So basically, it's a really good show. And if you've bought stuff, you can see extra stuff that goes with. That's no good. If you bought stuff and you got extra stuff to go with them, they've got the Raphael paintbrushes, which I can't say any more than, oh my word, they are hair, animal hair, and I do have to say that I can't tell you how good they are. I can't. Words fail me. I'm using the wrong one. Here we go. Right, so all I'm doing is I'm picking this orange, going around the edge with it. So you could use any of the pencils you've got. I do recommend, I've got the pencils here, Brunzenil, which are mid-range, and I've not got an affiliation with these. Mid-range, excellent quality. I wouldn't say mid-range, I would say that these are really excellent, good price, but the quality is quite surprising. It's really surprising, because I didn't think it was going to be half as good as it is. And I would put them near to a top quality brand. Then we've got Prismas and Faber-Castell, and they stand, price point, they stand with them. You're always going to get what you pay for, and you're never going to be thinking, oh, I've got something for nothing, never. But, you know, pound for pound, if you can only afford these until you can afford the others, then it's a good stepping stone. And you don't mind the kids using these then. So what I've done is, this is a 72 set. I've given it a little bit of a gradient so that his tummy is sticking out a bit. So I'll do the same. So if you see, I've got these 3 pencils and I've got a darker yellow, which will just blends down this a little bit. So it's bright, but it's not as bright. Can you see? Just took that down, and it's like an ochre colour. So I've got his legs here, so it's going to be very dark round here. Now I get all serious, don't I, normally? Normally I'm very serious and I do all this artwork, but once in a while, I just want to colour in. I just want to play. I don't want to be all serious 100% of the time. I really don't. Oh, that's the only problem when I do them too long. So again, where his little knee is, I'm going to go with a lighter, quite a bright, and then knock it back a little bit. With that colour. So we've got a bit of warmth going on. So I'm doing his pants at the moment. Trousers. Whatever you want to call them. Because I call pants something else. Well, pants are trousers to me, you see. Right. I always remember Madame Horrich, our French teacher. I first saw shading in her art room, and I ate all the morphs and stuff with the words, and I just fell in love with them. And I remember going to school one day with my own work, and I'd done everything visually. And she saw me draw, not my drawings, but my colouring in, and she just put them all over the wall. I loved her forever for that, you know. Loved her forever for that. Right, he's getting a bit, you know, he's looking like he's got his chunky legs. Cool. So we've got to decide what colour he's going to be. Now, is he a brown bear a Paddington? Is he a Paddington? Or is he a red bear, a pink bear, an orange bear? It don't matter what he is. But I think I might go with this. So test this colour. Oh, that's a nice brown. And this one is called brown. No, it's colour 730. Or shall we have 735? I like 730 because I can add the... So put the colour on very lightly. And I'm using the pencil as a shading tool. I'm not using it flat, but I am using it down. So can you see how it gets an angle on it? Can you see? Get an angle on it. Well, that's helping you to get a bit more width on your colouring in. So I've already started a little bit shading. So I'm going to go back with this one. Just going to go around the edge where I've not put a line yet with my pen. Just going to put a tiny bit in there. And I'm going to bring it out a tiny bit more. Go back with this. Back and forth, back and forth. Some people do squigglies, like round ones like that. You want to go round and round, that's up to you, whatever you want to do. There we go. So a bit down here as well. I'll put a pattern on him as well. Bring it out a bit. Like that. Get my other brown. Like that. So now I'm just going to give him a bit of a belly button. There we go. He's got a bit of a belly button now. Show him. I like that. So I'm going to Stamp Magic, yeah. So I'm just going to blend around here. Like that, give that a bit of a blend and round his bottom. So he's got his pants on. Now he needs a jumper. It's got to be blue on it. Yellow and orange, blue or purple, whichever. So let's put a pattern on first. So here, quite nice. He's got his pattern. You can see his pattern. That's cool. Just... That looks like he needs to shave, doesn't it? I've done that wrong. Can't rub it out now, but it looks like he's got one stitches or he needs a shave. I don't think I should have done that. That's ridiculous with us. Ridiculous. What's he doing that? So I'm doing his belly. Like that. So he looks like a rugby ball. Right. Okay, so he's got his rugby ball jumper. No, the reason why, there is a reason, Tracy, they can't do, I did ask, Paula got back to me, there's a reason they can't do make and take, and it's the area plus the amount of time that it takes. It's not feasible. So, yeah, they just couldn't do it. Paula was really good. She got straight back to me and she just said it's not feasible. And when she explained, I totally got it. Totally got it. It makes total sense what she was saying. So I'm going to use a range of these. So I'm going to get the blues out, and I'm going to do a bit of right. Okay, pen, come out, pen. Right, this is quite like a Christmas jumper. So he's matching his pants a bit. He's matching his pants a little bit, but not. You know, he's not a fashion victim. He's not gone out on purpose to match him. It just so happens that they match. We've sort of got a match when you go out, haven't you? You don't have to purposely go out and sort of, you know, become a clown or whatever his names are. Anybody else who does fashion? Tilly Rose. No, that's not Tilly Rose. Tilly Rose does the wonderful books. What's the name? Oh, there's a woman in there. Anyway, don't have to be like that. So we've got like this, and then there we go. I'm just waiting for someone to get the strimmer out. Do you know what I mean? It normally happens, doesn't it? Normally about this time, someone hears me. And they get the strimmers out and start. Oh, what did I say? Oh, DIY man's out. I shouldn't have said out, should I? Should have kept my mouth shut. You hear him? It's one bit of wood that he uses the same time over and over. It's either that or we've got an angry ostrich. And that's some sort of animal. I think it was called a rhinoceros, I think, if you heard that noise. So his jumper's looking a bit funky, isn't it? Not at all serious this today. It's proper. Just enjoying it. Just blooming enjoying it for what it is. So here I'm doing like a checkerboard. It's supposed to be like a old Christmas jumper is gone. Seriously want to go out and kill somebody. Wait for the lawnmowers now. Right, Christmas jumper. Hairy Christmas jumper. Right. So what can I talk about? Oh no, not done much. Apart from a load of work, I've just been sat and colouring in. I've been watercolouring actually, and I've been loving every minute of it. It's been eye-opening, and I've been expanding my repertoire. I tell you what I have been using, the flitter glue. I've put it into another bottle from Indigo Blue, and I've used what's that other thing? Oh, the gold leaf, the flake. I've been using that. I tried other glues and not having any of it. No, none of them came close to Indigo Blue's flitter glue. None of them. So I decanted it and put it into a small bottle, and it was super easy to draw with, as long as you know to take the little stopper out of the bottle, because I forgot. And I'm there thinking, oh, it's all bummed up and all whatever, and it's not. It's the stopper in the bottle. You just need to get rid of it. And it's got a sign on the bottle saying, please remove stopper. So the answer is, read the instructions first, please, because you don't want to be like a dunderhead like me. But yeah, it's super, super cool stuff. The only thing is, it's super, super, super cool, but it's super, super sticky as well. So I would seriously use either gloves or a tissue around it, because opening it up, if you get any residue anywhere, the flake sticks to it. It's just super sticky. Once it's on your work, it's brilliant. It covers, the flake sticks to it, so there's no residue bits, sticky bits. If the flake is on it, it sticks on it. But if there's any bits that still haven't got flake on, then just be mindful, because that would remain sticky, and it's not great. Everything sticks to it. So it's amazing stuff. So he's got his little jumper on now, which I'm getting I'm happy with. Really happy with these. I think he's going to have a pair of sliders on. He's going to be a chav bear. Yeah, he's a chav. He's a chav. So let me get his sliders on. Do you know what? I sent for a pair of shoes. Couldn't deliver on Wednesday. This is herpes for you. Couldn't deliver on Wednesday. Forgot on Thursday. Friday delivered. Oh yeah, delivered. Where? No, nothing. Delivered. No, I haven't. So it's a nightmare. Who's responsible? Apparently nobody. So he's got his sliders on, look. He's having a bit of a, well, they look more like he's got his leg in plaster, doesn't it? Don't know what I've done here. Let's give him a... Oh, no, wrong colour. Give him a bit of... It's flashing a bit of skin here. I'm going to paint his toenails, but don't want to go that far. It's not a fashion victim. There we go. So he's got his sliders on. I don't know what sliders were until Tamara, who's one of admins, I heard her say on a post one day, oh, I've got a pair of sliders. And I was like, sliders? What are they? But when I realised it's like what? The sliders, you know? The sliders. I'm thinking it's an American thing. Because you slide along in them, don't you? So it's got to have a bit of going on with it, hasn't it? It's got to have something. So let's do the... He's a chav. Being... Go on this guy. Selling knocked off gear at the back of a lorry. Don't do that anymore, do they? They just take the lorry. You know, they used to let the stuff fall off it, but now they just take the lorry. I think that's a bit rude, really. So he's got his slippers on. Right? He's got his like tracky bottoms, his Christmas jumpers, having a laugh. So I'm going to put on these turquoise colours. So get your colour chart ready. Sharpen then this. I'm a bit of a very, very sad person for liking to sharpen my pencils. Something about sharpening my pencils that's very sad at my age. This is lethal, this one. Very good, but it's lethal. Right, so I've got my colours. Test your colours out. Right. Right, so now I know it's that way, okay? So that's important. Test your family colours out. Oh, he might have shades. Yeah, he might have a few shades on. So here I'm just going to put on the light colour. And he's going to have that all over him. He's going to have orange cuffs. So the lightest one can go pretty much all over, really, because you're just putting a bed of colour down. Don't press too hard with it, though, because you don't want to fill all the... Oops, sorry. You don't want to fill all the teeth in the paper. So then you go to your next one, and you're sort of bringing that out a little bit. So I know, even though it's like a teddy bear, which isn't for everybody, it's a good place to do some colour and shading as well. Not just for you, for the kids. So these are great for decorations. They're great to, you know, as card fronts or anything like that. They're nice. They're just nice. They're not offensive in any way, or can make any colour, gender fluid if you want, whatever you want. You know, it could be a they. And I'm not taking the mickey, and I mean that, honestly. It's important that, I'm not taking rip. But they could be, you don't have to be. I've noticed actually a lot, like there's a perfume company, bath stuff and that. It's a beautiful one. It's one of my favourites. Oh, I'll tell you, L'Occitane. And I noticed on the collections that they don't have for men or women. They just have, the packaging might say it, but it just says what it's got in it, and you can choose. So, like, some of it's got shaving foam, but that don't matter who uses it, sort of thing. And I thought that was really good, that, because it's sort of offering you the choice to make your own decision. And I thought that was a good idea. That was a very good idea. You can do, choose whatever, because there's a lot of male aftershaves, or no, a lot. Sorry, even I've just done that. Sorry, I do apologise. A lot of aftershaves that would be deemed, can't do his cuffs, colour them in, would have been for men, but actually, I really like them. And who says it's just for men? It's rubbish. So, yeah, I do get that. There we go. So he's got his. I'm going to go back down his colours now on this one. So as you're doing a colour, let's get back onto colour now. Each colour, you use less and less and less, working down the colour, so light to dark. Each one has less space, so that by the time you get to the very dark ones, they've got just space at the bottom to give it a bit of a, like that, a darkness to it, and then just put a tiny bit around the edge just to give it. He's looking all right. I mean, he's super funky. He's super funky, this guy. That's it. He looking like he was on some sort of Vivienne Westwood wedge. So if I put a bit more of a... There we go, right. So I'm looking at him now. The dude needs... Man's. So colour all over, lightest. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You don't need to know all this. Pretty certain I'm teaching all my granddads to suck eggs here. Grandma. Granddads? It's ridiculous. So it's got a bit of a shade going on. I'm going to use a little bit of the dark blue just to shade it a bit more, because it really gives it, because the blue's in it already and it's not black. There, can you see the difference? Oh, for God's sake, it's like, viewed it. We're in the Bronx. Might as well be at home in Gorton. There you go. So the blue really gives it a bit of a... The only thing is just be careful when you're doing blue and browns together, because depending on the brown, whether it's a yellow or warm or cold, it'll go green, and you might not want it to go green. After the face I've just drawn on this guy's got to wear shades. Oh, you should have seen what he looked like. Honestly, it looked like been hit by a bus on his face. So I think shades is the answer, really. So we've got tummy job there. Let's get some shades on him. So it would be... Can't have those shades up there, can you? They have to be round here. Looks like he's got a bra on his head. No. That looks a bit better. If I was a super dude, give him a bit of those aviators. Now I'm just going to go in with a pen. Like that. Okay. Was it a lover? Oh, I'm just looking to see noses. Is it? Oh, that's his sort of lip thing. There's his mouth. Oh, it's all happening here. Right, that's the glaze. It's not... Well, you could have him looking down there if you want, but at the moment, the glaze on his glasses, so don't be put off by that. It might look a bit strange. That's better, isn't it? So now what I've done is, those are the lights that are hitting his gigs. So let's go with a bit of colour on his head. Right. They're the same. No. So I'm going to put a bit of that all over his head. So rough, but don't worry, it won't. Ooh. You need a bit of pink in his ears, I think. So I'll put the pink down first, like that. I think intimate bits like that need a bit of pink on, don't they? Just me. I'm not saying that everybody has pink bits for intimate. I'll just show it. Right. So I'm just going to put around those pink areas the darker one of this. And I'm going to take the pinkness out with a bit of that. See what I mean? It's not pink now, is it? I can't remember the last time I ever drew a teddy bear. Ever. And I love it. And it's so, so nice. It just feels like I'm colouring in. I'm having a great time and I blooming love it. A lot to be said for it, you know. A lot to be said for it. Don't take yourself too seriously. Don't take everything you do seriously. Just have a bit of a play now and again and you'll be surprised. It just alters you, lightens your head. Should we give him eyebrows or what? Oh no, don't want to give him too much eyebrows. It might look like it's a bit of a. Let's see, I'll put a bit on with it. Not bad actually, because it looks quite cool. Like getting him in his nose here. Bit of shade there. Bit of shade round the old gigs. So I'll put a bit more. Yeah, that's really going to help. So yeah, regardless of this being, let's say this is a teddy bear or a bear or whatever you want to call it. This is one of them. However, it doesn't have to be because this shading can be applied to everything that you do. So this shading doesn't necessarily say, oh, you can only use it on a bear. You don't. You can use this on this type of shading. And the way I'm showing you about going down the colours, blending them in, that this can be done on anything that you choose. It could be done on a flower. It could be done on an animal. It could be done on anything. It's just the shading gives it a little bit more impact. Don't forget, we've got the dark blue as well. So I don't want to go too mad at it because it'll look like he's been in a fight club or something. So I'm not going to. Now, you need to darker muzzle because I think they have a darker muzzle, don't they? Like that. I think you need a really dark nose though. I think it's a black nose they have, isn't it? I don't know, or a dark grey, or I'll go with dark grey. Yeah, it looks a bit better, doesn't it? And I'm going to put him here. So I'll put a line down the middle so it looks proper. Yeah, like that. Just be careful because it's starting to look a bit like testicles, and I don't think that's quite what I was wanting. So I'm not too sure whether I'm going the wrong way with this. I don't think so. I think it's quite nice, but there we go. Yeah, that's a bit better. Sorry if I offended anybody. I didn't mean to, but they did. There you go. I should have looked at a teddy bear really first. Just to do a scene. Teddy bear looks like. I mean, you don't want to be upsetting anybody, do you, with whatever. So I'm going to leave him a little bit of highlight in the middle, but not too much because I don't want it to be just going to bring the edge in just to give him a bit more depth. It's got proper big lug holes now. And I'm just going to bring in a bit of shade in there. And the reason for that is it gives him a bit of a round head. Like that. So let's get him with it. Giving him a bit of contouring now. Yeah. Intimate bit. So pink it is. And he wants a bit of a dark lip. Because if I don't put a dark lip on that looks wrong. Very wrong. No, not a black lip, that's worse. Put the dark brown lip in. There we go. Oh, that's getting worse with this. I'll leave it there. It looks alright. But yeah, like I said, just be careful because you can go too far. And your innocent little bear looks like a gangster. So just be careful. I'm going to put him blue glasses on because I think he needs it with his sliders. Or should they be orange? I don't think anybody'd wear orange glasses, would they? So let's go with blue. Dark blue. So dark blue around the edge. Working. Then I'm going to go to the next blue. Work inwards. And then the next blue. And work inwards. It's got a bit of shade on. Oh, dude. He's a man. He's a man. Bit blue there. Bit blue there. So yeah, as I'm saying, these basically, I'm just showing you this because this would be anything. It could be your characters. It could be women's faces. It could be anything. But the shading is still used the same way. So you've got him, he's done, but I've got a bird there. So he's done, he's got his gigs on, right? He's looking really proper cool. I don't know whether I should put his, like he's got his, I don't know, like he's got his things on, his eyebrows. I know what I've got here now. I'm not going to show you for a minute. Not going to show you. Right, you ready? attitude. Love it. Look, love it. Freya would love this. Freya, playing with Freya. Oh. Right, this guy, he means business, right? Look at that. One eyebrow up and one eyebrow down. Get in. He's like, yeah, right. Okay, bring it out, bring it out. Need to give him a bit of a. I know they're not an intimate bit, but they do need a bit of a. Get it? Bit of a. It's got a bit of a pink blush. What's up in there? Looks like he's got jam on his face. Come on, get off. What's happened there? My neck. I'm not having that. Get off. I'm loving this. Spoil it with a jam on his face. Might put beard on him. No, don't put beard on him at all. Oh, I need that dark yellow, don't I? Just to give him a bit of a. That's better. I want a bit more pink. Not got enough pink on his cheeks. But the thing is, I'm actually filling up the space in the teeth in the paper, so I might not get much more on. There you go. It's been running. This is Mike the Moodle. He's got attitude. He is a Bobby Dazzler, isn't he? It's a proper. Joking aside, though, there's loads of. Apart from that, that really does annoy me now, because it really does look like he's got. Like, he needs to. It really does look like he needs to sort of wax his bikini line or whatever it is, back and whatever, and then have or women or whatever they have. I don't have it, so I don't know. He don't look as bad now, does he? Don't look as bad. Oh yeah, so delivered parcel. Oh no, they haven't delivered my parcel. No picture, no nothing. Yeah. It's going to take me ages now, but because they're nice shoes, well, only certain people wear them. So, right, okay, bird. Right, the bird is really simple. It's going to be really quick. Where does the one I did before with the bird? I did a little one in my book. Come out. Oh, yeah, right. So the bird is dead simple. Okay, so we've got our little bird there. So all we need to do is just identify a wing. So you could do it, because there's not all nice curves on here, so we can sort of identify that as your wing. Okay. Then that goes on the end. So like that if you want. No, I don't like that there. I don't like that there at all. That looks like it's fat. Right, I'm putting the bird in before I do any more. Right, so head, round. There's his beak, and from that line there, you get me. Sorry, I don't believe I've just said that. Well, I do because it's me. Round there, round here, wing. Now we need an eye, and it's having that's all right. So next, get rid of any other lines. Can't believe it. Quite funny me saying that. So that on his bottom, you can put anywhere on his bottom, so to speak. So patterns. This is going to be quick because there's not that much here. So here we've got love hearts. Do you know what I find when I'm doing this? Sometimes I lose where I am and I forget what I'm doing and I just rush. But if I think that each one has got to look like a heart, then I get it and I carry on. But if I don't, I could just go into automatic and it doesn't look right. So it's got a little nice head. You could have that as a wing, Marcia. You could have that as a wing if you wanted to. Oh, we've done that, Dar. We've done that. The template's already there. He's a attitude bear. I just wanted to do something nice today. Simple. Kids, if you've got him. And if you haven't, it doesn't matter. You can borrow someone else's and do it with them. So I'm just thinking, just doing pattern like that, really simple, only because you can figure out your own patterns. So the heart, I've seen this somewhere, I can't remember where it was, but it'll come to me. Like that. So I'm just putting that in, and then it's like a peacock. Get me? It's not very neat. So yeah, you can do all sorts of little things with it. Right, so here we need it. Got a little pattern like that, and then I'm just thinking what patterns I've done, and I forgot loads of them. Oh, I know. swirly patterns. Okay, swirly whirly. I really like this because it's really sort of busy and it's got so much going on it. Pull him down a bit. And then like that. I don't want this one to be. I'm running out of ideas. Oh, I know, this is like stitch, seed stitch, by stitch. So it's just like little triangular things. And I might put that in here so that it looks like feathers. Do you think? Yeah. So might be a bit neater with it now. So let's have like that. Not exactly a peacock, but who cares? He's why not? If he wants to be one, he can be one. There we go. Make him a bit bigger there. Put that. Maybe that's what that needed. Oh, it does. That's it. Oh, I'm loving it. Look at that. He's a proper. Oh, that's good, Dawn. It's good to hear that you're happy. That's what we did. I'm super happy with him. I might cut him out and sort of wobble his arms and put him, put him in some poses. That might not be good. That might be a bit. Right, that's his friends. So we're going to have. Should we have pinks and purples for this little ease-off, or should we have oranges and yellows and greens and purples? It doesn't matter. What I am going to do is alternate colours. So I'll match them. I'll do complementary colour. So like the purple and I always get this wrong. It's purple and yellow, blue and orange. That's it. Blue and orange, purple, yellow. So I'm going to go with a bit of. Oh, this is just pure colouring in this because it's got too many little bits and bobs to try and do too much in. So, oh, did I bring it? There we go. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Got it right on. So, back with this. Darker there. Lighter here. So, a bit of shading. Not a lot. So, put a bit of. Just playing around with opposites. Okay, so I'll have purples. Just give it a little bit of depth. That's it. There's not a lot you can do with some colours because the actual pattern itself can't, well, it can be coloured in, but it's really difficult to colour in. I might stick to these colours because they look quite nice together. So what you can do is cut loads of these out and have them as like little Christmas robins. Because all you need to do is put a round red breast on him. Jobs are good at. I'm just doing shading on his neck. Looks like he's got a collar. Looks like he's got a collar on, hasn't it? Maybe that's not the best pattern to put on there like that at the beginning. Looks like he's wearing a scarf. Oh, you could put a scarf on him. Hey, that'd be cool. Like, it's got to have a blue beak. Bit of blue. Base colour down. Dark colour. Don't even know why I'm shading that way. No one can see anything. Always darker underneath. And then blend it in with a lighter colour on the top. And then, when he's dry, put a little bit of white on it, which we'll do in a bit more. So these need to be very bright. So let's go with and the next colour around them. So it's orange, purple, 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 purple. See, when I'm colouring it, I don't pay much attention to the lines, as you can tell, because I'm going over it, you see. So the lines are just there for guidance, really, for me. They're not something that I have to stick to permanently because I don't. Simple as that. So I'm going to go darker to lighter here just to give it a bit more depth. See, even on this light little bird, you can really go to town with your blending, with all your colouring in. You know, your shading could be threads. You could do thread painting with this. Stuff like that looks stunning. So I just done that there. What I'm going to do now is get the darker purple, and I'm just going to do one side just to give it a bit more depth. So it's going up, down, up, down. Does that make sense? Up and down, up and down, up and down. And I do the same on that. Might not do his bottom feather, I mean. So I'm going to do quite a large expanse of orange just to colour it up a bit. Then I'm going to go do the blue. And then purple. Don't forget, all these dots I've put here can be done with a pen. You can go back over all of them with a pen. Here we've got the purple, so I'm going to go back in with the purple like that. So, if you're doing this, and it might not work, you can sometimes put a little bit of white on. And just pick up a little. Oh, it's doing me head in that. Oh, shocking. But you could go in with a pen and all different coloured pens. So on here, you know, you need a bigger pen. But you know what I mean? You could just add all sorts of white bits or things. Now, underneath it, because it looks a bit strange, I'm just going to go with that grey and then I'm finished. Because, wow, it's been on an hour and a half. Blooming heck. Here. Just to give his wing. Now, I can't remember when I've seen this done, but I have seen it done. Can't for the life of me remember. But if I do, I will definitely link it. But it was, I can't remember whether I've seen someone else do it or I've seen it in a book. But I'll put my own sort of twist on it. There we go. So that looks a bit better now. And then wherever there's a dark line, wherever there's dark, there's light. Now it picks up straight away that. So I could spend hours now picking out all these colours. Like that. But you get the gist, don't you? That's looking quite nice now there. So, Mike the Moodling Bear. I haven't seen it in felt or embroidery. But yeah, that would work brilliantly with it. Applique would be an amazing thing for this. But, you know, just to go back to what I was saying, it's, yeah, it is a bit of fun what I've done today. I spent an hour and a half doing what I love doing, and that's my artwork. Whether it's you're doing your artwork on serious pieces of work, whether you're doing it on colouring in, it don't matter. If you're doing it colouring in, that's cool. If you're doing it, it's just a little bit of relaxation. In a way, it's a winner. And just look, even your shading, you know, add your shading to it. It's got a bit of attitude. So what you would do with this, if you wanted to, is cut it out and stick pins in. Stick pins. I don't mean them voodoo. I mean like split pins and have his legs there and his arms sort of movable. Even his head, you could give his head a wobble. I know a few people who need their head wobbling. So yeah, so you could make it child friendly. You can make it anything friendly. I mean, let's face it, teddy bears, you know, they're good for most occasions, if you wish. You choose to do what you choose to do with them. But yeah, oh, I've put my pencils back in the wrong place. Never mind. But yeah, and then the little birdie, cut him out, her out, they out. Do the tail, stick the tail on whenever you want. Change it into a robin is another good one. So yeah, I'm all done now. I'll be back on your TVs on the 26th. Yeah, it's watercolor with Lou. It's quite funny when I first read it, watercolor on the Lou. I was like, whoa. But yeah, it's watercolor with me, and I think it's at 1 o'clock. It's at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. One of them, 1 o'clock. So I'm using Sonali. I can't wait. I'm so excited to show you because there's really, really useful stuff. Empty palettes. Why would I need one? Well, if you're anything like me, you don't want people telling you what colours you've got to have. Raphael brushes, which are, and what else have we got? We could have some Sonali paints. Right, I'm going to get off. So thank you very much. If you'd like to look at my website, the website is, oh, sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, go to the group also. If you want to go to my website, it's louwithers.com. Yeah. And then on there, you'll see my Patreon page. And you'll see everything else like the jammers. So thank you so much for being with me, and I will see you probably Wednesday. So take care from me and Mike here, Mike the Moodling Bear. Yeah, he's a cool dude, and our little pipsqueak there. So take care. I'll probably see you Wednesday now. All right, bye.